Hello, all. This is Khatija. How are you? Um, I hope you're seeing me live. It says over here you can see me here live. I hope you're hearing my voice. This is Khatija. I'm coming back on LinkedIn Live after almost a lot of months. I'm here for a very, very special reason, and I'll be sharing all of those reasons today. And definitely, I'm here to share some LinkedIn information for job seekers, for career leaders who wants to use this beautiful platform, which is the largest professional social networking platform for their career or business acceleration. So I'll be sharing lots of golden nuggets and a little bits of I'll be sharing on how you can improve your presence and visibility in front of your audience, and a little bit about my tomorrow's masterclass, which I'm doing with other two LinkedIn coaches, a little bit about that as well. So if you are listening and hearing me, please let me know in the comments where you're joining me from, so I know that I am audible and I am visible. So just leave me in the comments where you're joining me from, which city, which country you're joining me from, and if you have any questions about LinkedIn as a job seeker or as a mid-career professional who has a career acceleration goal, or as a business leader who wants to use this platform for business, just leave me in the comments if there is any question. But right now I would love to know a little bit about you, where you're joining me from, any part of the world, because I know I have a global audience. I am almost nearing around 8,900 followers, and I know the geographics spreads around the world. So let me know in the comments below where you're joining me from. So we have Sabina. She is joining us. And probably she's tagging someone to alert them that there is some useful content out here if they can join. So tag anybody you think that this conversation can be useful for. But again, this conversation is around LinkedIn, how you can use this platform to increase your visibility and consciously network with the right people as a job seeker, as a career professional, or as a business leader. So stick around. I have great stuff for you. So thank you, Sabina, for tagging someone who can find this conversation really useful. So I'm here for another 20 to 30 minutes sharing the information and how I can help you further. We have Salman joining us from Montreal. Hi, Salman. Thanks for joining in. We have from Kashmir, India. Great to have you in the house. Then I have another LinkedIn user from Montreal. I'll highly suggest to this LinkedIn user that you're coming as a no person icon, like you can see yourself over here, the person, the visibility of your profile picture, and even your name is not public setting. So if you have a goal, a job seeking goal, or you want to impress some people who, so you want to come out very professionally, but so enable your public setting if your goal requires that. So thank you all for joining in. I am coming back after a very long break. This was a very conscious break that I took because I wanted to come back with more ideas to serve my audience well, because I felt that I had a burnout. So I took a big break from LinkedIn Lives. And this is my returning live, you can say, comeback live, you can say, with a very, very special message, with very, very special information for job seekers, for mid-career professional who wants to use LinkedIn for career acceleration goals, and definitely for business leaders who wants to use this platform to connect with the right audience. So stick around another 20 minutes, grab popcorns or your coffee or your tea, and you will be learning definitely a lot from this session. As I mentioned, it's my comeback session, so I have a lot to offer. And of course, I'm here to a little bit chat about my tomorrow's LinkedIn masterclass, which I'm hosting with other two amazing LinkedIn coaches. It's a very, very special masterclass. It's a fundraiser masterclass for Pakistan flood relief. effort. So it's a fundraiser, so I'll talk a little bit about that as well. So let's quickly go in the audience and see who else is there. Yes, please let those comments come in where you're joining me from. We have Grace from Regina. Oh, we have people from all over Canada. Thank you so much, Grace, for joining in. And I know it's a Friday, you must be wrapping things up to go full-fledged into the weekend. So yes, whatever information I'm sharing with you is all about learning. And Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays are all about learning for your future development professional goals. So whatever information I'm sharing today will help you in future, and you can start using it instantly. We have Irfan from Hamilton, Ontario. Thank you so much, everyone. So I have a global audience, and definitely I have audience over here in Canada from different parts. So thank you for joining me for joining in. Let those questions come in about LinkedIn, and I'll be answering all of them towards in the middle and then towards the end of my 20 minutes, 20 to 30-minute session, dependent on how vibrant the question and the audience is. So I will quickly, while I'm navigating, because I'm using a third-party software and it has its own dashboard. So I'm navigating all of that, and I'm doing this after a while. So bear with me. Okay. What I'll be sharing today is basically I will be busting some LinkedIn myths which job seekers have in mind, which mid-career professionals have in mind who haven't used LinkedIn for a while, because LinkedIn has drastically changed in past 1 to 2 years. New features have come in LinkedIn at like LinkedIn team at LinkedIn office have really come up with different things and updated so many things. So I will be busting those LinkedIn myths in line with the updates made on this platform and the vision that LinkedIn team is carrying, and how you as a job seeker and a mid-career professional can use it to increase your visibility and exhibit expertise and connect with the right people. So I'll be learning three of those LinkedIn myths in line with the new updates. Secondly, while I'm busting these myths, I will be answering two frequently asked questions, which job seekers and mid-career professionals have. Yesterday also I was in live webinar addressing newcomers to Canada audience, and these two are frequently asked questions wherever I go, addressing any new beginner who comes onto this platform. So I'll be answering those FAQs while I'm busting those myths. Then I'll be telling you a roadmap which you can take as a beginner, or if you're returning after recent updates of LinkedIn, to maximize your visibility in front of recruiters and your audience, and send the right signals as a job seeker, as a solution provider. Job seeker is, I would replace this word as a solution provider, that you bring skill, talent, and abilities to solve their problems. So I'll be sharing that roadmap, that what roadmap you can share, again, updated in line with the recent changes. And thirdly, I will be talking about how I can help you with other two LinkedIn coaches via tomorrow's LinkedIn Masterclass, which I'm hosting along with Hamad Siddiqui and Shelly Elsker. We three coaches are volunteering our time to do a special LinkedIn masterclass for raising funds for Pakistani flood victims. I don't know if you have heard so far in news, Pakistan has seen worst of the devastation in decades. 1 out of 3 Pakistanis is affected, which means like they're starting from scratch. They have no livelihood, no shelter, nothing right now. So, and 33 million Pakistanis have been affected. 33 million to understand the quantum is 90% of Canadian population without food, shelter, and livelihood. They're literally starting from scratch. So this LinkedIn Masterclass, which I, along with Hamad and Shelly, are hosting tomorrow, is for a Pakistani flood relief fundraiser. So I'll talk a little bit about that as well. So leave it in the comments below. Again, any questions to me about LinkedIn, and I'll be happy to answer along the way. So I'm going back to the comments and seeing if any more have come in. Thank you everybody who has shared where you're joining me from. And if you're seeing this right now and you're joining me right now, this is Khadija. I'm an online LinkedIn trainer, and I'll be today sharing all and everything about three LinkedIn myths from recruiter's lens, how a recruiter sees your LinkedIn profile, and third, how I can help you through a masterclass. So let's quickly dive in because I have done a lot of introduction. The first LinkedIn myth is that LinkedIn is a job website. No, LinkedIn is not a job website. In past 2 years, there have been a lot of changes, and the intensity of the LinkedIn team has completely changed this platform. It has moved from being just a job site to being the largest professional social networking site. So what it means is that you can connect with your professional audience, whether you're a job seeker, your audience is recruiters and hiring managers or employers, whether you're a business leaders, your audience is professionals that you can pitch or sell your services to. But again, this platform is not a typical salesy platform. There is a method to madness on how you can connect with your audience in an organic way and create that know, like, and trust factor. That is the first myth, that LinkedIn has radically changed in past 2 to 3 years, I would say, since 2016 when Microsoft took over. LinkedIn, it's no longer a job website. Don't treat it just like that. You just need to update your LinkedIn profile and that's it. No, you need to go much beyond that. Updating your LinkedIn profile, which includes LinkedIn content creation to exhibit expertise, LinkedIn networking, and there are so many nuances to both of these elements. So that is first one, breaking the myth. So how many of you have been using LinkedIn actively for networking or for creating content or for any other means than just a job website? I want to hear from you because I want to see whether my audience like where, or like what is your learning point and where should I start from. So I just want to hear from you. I have um, a user. It's from Facebook because this stream is being multi streamed on my YouTube channel, on my private Facebook community for newcomers to Canada, and then to my LinkedIn. So I have a Facebook user who is saying, "Hello, Khatija, trust you're doing fine. Prayers people will recover soon from this natural disaster. Can you give insights on current global and local job trends? What are key skills employer looking for?" From Sudhir. Hi, Sudhir. Sudhir is an old connection and great to see him on my comeback LinkedIn live. So Sudhir, I would briefly answer you because this LinkedIn is particularly for LinkedIn Live is for particularly for LinkedIn, and a little bit about Masterclass, which I'm hosting tomorrow. So I'll briefly answer this about the global and local job trends. I am not an expert. I'm not a career coach. I'm not a recruiter, and I'm putting this as a disclaimer. I can only guide you on how to use LinkedIn and what I can say about the job trends. And this is coming from an observation. I'm very active on LinkedIn. I have a network of recruiters, career coaches, and I do read their daily content. And the signals that I'm getting is, again, as a viewer, is that a lot of basically what's happening economically, certain spaces are shrinking and certain spaces are demand is increasing. So based on the demand and supply, in certain spaces layovers are happening, in certain spaces job openings are opening up. It's right now we are in a transition of equilibrium, of balancing things. So that is what I'm feeling, because in my news feed I do see people talking about that they are being laid off, but another post that I see that recruiter is talking about a job opening. So that's the signal I'm getting, again, as a viewer. Again, I'm not a career coach, I'm not a recruiter, so I'm just giving this trend that I'm feeling as signals from what I'm hearing from recruiters in my network. What are the key skills and employers are looking for? As I mentioned, I'm not a career coach and recruiter, they can answer you better. But definitely, what I can speak of from my experience is that in Canada, people look for hard skills and soft skills, so both are really important. Which specific skills are needed, you can go to the job description. That's what I do. You should go to the job description and see what is required. Like for example, I'm targeting social media content creator or social media strategist. I'll put that in LinkedIn search bar, and I'll go through 6 or 7 job descriptions, and I'll pick out the skills which are needed in today's scenario, in today's time, and I will update myself or customize my resume based on the current need of an employer. So that I would suggest to you as well. Do your research with 2 or 3 job description, and update what key skills are needed by your targeted employer for your job description. So I hope this helps. So let's now quickly go into another LinkedIn myth. Um, I'm at 15 minutes touchdown. So I'm just reminding to you, whoever is joining me right now, this is Khatija Qureshi. I'm an online LinkedIn trainer for job seekers and mid career professionals who wants to use LinkedIn with career acceleration goal. And I'm here to bust few LinkedIn myths, to answer two frequently asked questions, and to talk about how I and other 2 LinkedIn coaches can help you through tomorrow's masterclass. It's a special fundraiser masterclass for Pakistan flood relief victim, with a country which has seen the worst of climate change in decades. 33 millions are affected, which is almost 90% of Canada without food, shelter, and clothing. They're starting from scratch. Okay, so there was a big noise outside, but I'll continue this. Myth 2 is that LinkedIn and resume is the same. It's the biggest. It's the biggest myth that I want to really break up right now. Don't treat your LinkedIn as your resume. A lot of job seekers, I have seen, they just copy paste whatever is in their resume on their LinkedIn profile. Let's go back and think about the goals of resume and LinkedIn. These both are professional tools that you can use to approach your employer. Resume goal is basically is to have it's a very highly customized piece of marketing tool that you need to customize for each and every job description. Even the title is the same. Even if you're targeting 5 different companies, their job requirements, their language, and their job description might be different. So you need to customize your resume to that one job description. So it's a customized piece targeting to one job description. LinkedIn is targeting, or you are speaking to 5 or 6 employers that you are targeting. So you are basically filling in your LinkedIn, or creating presence on LinkedIn, which is a sweet spot which speaks to these 5 or 6 targeted employers. So that's basically the difference, is that resume is not your LinkedIn. Resume is different. It's a highly customized piece of tool, whereas LinkedIn speaking to your overall audience, which you are targeting as 5 or 6 dream employers. So you need to have a sweet spot while you're representing yourself on LinkedIn. So that's the bust number 2. Don't treat your LinkedIn as just a copy paste of your resume. Leave, I'm just going to check the comments if there is any question. Otherwise, I'll just proceed. There is no question. Again, let me know in the comments below if you have any questions, if you want me to answer about LinkedIn, or where you're joining me from. The third LinkedIn myth is basically about LinkedIn profile optimization. A lot of like yesterday also, I was in a webinar, and this question came up that, Khatija, we have optimized our LinkedIn, we have filled up all our 10 plus sections, we are not heading to where we want in terms of goals. So I would first say LinkedIn is not a get rich policy that you do it overnight and you start yielding result the very next day. Even the algorithm, the LinkedIn bot takes some time to increase your visibility to the right network. If you have done things right, even in LinkedIn profile optimization stage, it's more than that. If you have done everything right, even in LinkedIn profile optimization, while filling those sections, while enabling those features that you start coming in LinkedIn searches, you have impressed the bot. What about the human, the recruiter or the employer, who is going to come onto your LinkedIn profile? you need to impress the human as well. So it's not only, LinkedIn optimization is not only about impressing the bot to come in the LinkedIn searches. Yes, that's the very crucial part. It's also about the recruiter or employer or the human who is coming onto your LinkedIn profile, whether you're able to impress them as well. So there is a lot more than just filling the 10 LinkedIn sections, 10 plus LinkedIn sections. And definitely, while you are filling those sections, recommendations are the top part. Please get recommendations from your guest bosses, to to endorse your work, because in Canada and US, recruiters use LinkedIn for social proofing, and recommendation section is the most crucial verse. And don't just have one recommendation, at least have two or three recommendations minimum, to have that as a social proof of your skills, talent, and abilities, which you have mentioned in experiences section, in your skill sections, all of that. I have a comment coming in. I'll quickly share that. Hey, lo, Khatija, nowadays companies are doing background check on resume and LinkedIn, Facebook. Can you share insights on how we can handle employees in such situation? Very nicely pointed out by this Facebook user. Again, I'm live streaming on my private Facebook community, which is for newcomers to Canada, and this question is coming from there. That's why the name and the visual is not being, their picture is not being represented. A very good question. Again, a recruiter can answer this question, but what I have listened, because I do listen to my recruiter friends and connections, and I've hosted webinars with recruiters as guest speakers, and what I've heard them saying is that they do social scrubbing. What is social scrubbing is that they do vet your LinkedIn profile, basically your social presence, your digital footprints, whatever you have left on in the digital world. They do vet you for a cultural fit, and I'll be sharing an eye-opener thing right now, in a while, from a recruiter perspective. So how you can, so I the only suggestion I can give to this Facebook user is, make sure that whatever you have left previously, it is how you want to be perceived as, and what you will be leaving in the future, it is how you want to be perceived as. Again, I'm not saying that you should falsify some information, it's a big no, but be mindful that you are being seen professionally, and the overall presence of you on LinkedIn or socially will be taken as an impression by the recruiter or employer. So you can probably do an audit of your social presence. So that's what I can say about how you can handle employers social scrubbing you on internet. I'll hide this and quickly go back. So I've already busted 3 LinkedIn myths. Now let's quickly go into how recruiters see you. How recruiters, what's the user experience of recruiters when they come onto your LinkedIn profile? So and again, as I said, I'm not a recruiter. I'll be sharing some facts by a recruiter. Now, this is a post that I am sharing from. Now, another question might be, Khatija, why should we listen to you? That would be like a question, and I'm being a devil's advocate, and I want to answer that. I have been coaching and mentoring newcomers to Canada, newcomers, mid-career level professional, and I have success stories. Whatever I say, it's heard. I have been featured in different publications as well. Like I last 1.5 year ago, I was a job seeking advice was published in a LinkedIn newsletter by Andrew Siemens. He works for LinkedIn, and you can see one of my advice about value mindset was featured there. Also, I have proven success stories for newcomers to Canada getting their first job contracts or leveraging LinkedIn through networking, content creation, and LinkedIn profile optimization. So that's the credibility, and you can go onto my LinkedIn profile and see all the recommendations and success stories. So there is, whatever I'm saying, it's coming with proven success stories, and what's out there right now in the market with updates. So let's look at, from the recruiter's lens, how you are vetted, how you are seen by a recruiter or employers. And literally, I'm telling you, get ready for aha moments, and let me know in the comments below, Did you know that that's how recruiters vet you? So let's do that, that eye opener. Now this is Zarina. This post is almost a year old, probably 1.5 year old. But Zarina is a tech recruiter. She's a corporate recruiter in Amazon, and she does recruitment for North America primarily. I've seen her recruiting more in US, but exactly the same I have listened recruiters in Canada doing so. Now, what is she saying? She's saying that I stalk my candidates on LinkedIn. Okay, stalk may be a strong word, but I do more than just look at the profile. Alert, what I said about LinkedIn profile optimization. There is more that you need to do in than just LinkedIn profile optimization, because human is ultimately coming onto your profile and they're vetting you more. Posts and comments on posts, basically content, digital footprinting that you are leaving. The reason for this is obvious. An example, she's quoting an example. Basically she's saying that I take overall impression of you from your content that you create. So this is like your audience is coming, your audience recruiters attention comes onto your LinkedIn profile, audience attention comes onto your posts and articles. Why don't you use that attention to sell yourself as a solution provider? Create intentional content to sell yourself, that you are the right person to solve the pain points of that employer. She also says that I also look at companies you follow, groups you see, and overall she takes an impression of your interest, passions. Are you interested in startups? Are you interested in big four companies? And just to get a feeler of what you're looking for. And then she says that I also see whether the resumes, dates, companies and education is matching with your LinkedIn profile. So this is the biggest thing I would say for anybody out there. Make sure at least when you're filling in your LinkedIn profile, which is the first step, your dates, education and your work experience matches with your resume. And she has written that I have recruited hundreds of candidates. I just like DM them directly and ask them if they're interested, and simply bridge the gap between hiring manager and them. So this is basically passive talent hunting, plus recruiters do exactly the same for the published job market. So let's talk a little bit about passive talent hunting and active talent hunting. Passive talent hunting is basically when jobs are not published and recruiters are passively turning for talent to have that pipeline to fill those jobs. So recruiters use LinkedIn as a tool to find the talent, vet them, and whenever the job opening comes up, they just connect that ready talent with the job and hiring manager. Active is so that's another aspect of it, is that a hidden job market. That's another way you can tap hidden job market, by having very mindful presence on LinkedIn. In 20% of published job market, as soon as your resume is shortlisted by ATS, recruiters do come onto your LinkedIn profile to take overall impression of you. So LinkedIn is a deal breaker for 80% hidden job market and also 20% published job market. Again, 18-20% of hidden and published job market, it's a debatable number, but LinkedIn is used anyways by recruiters to vet you and to take overall impression of you. So this is a second part of, and I'm moving towards the end of my broadcast. That's how recruiters vet your LinkedIn presence. So why not use it very mindfully? This is not to scare you, it just was an eye opener. Now what I'll be what you can do, what you can do more than just LinkedIn profile optimization, to talk to that recruiter that you are the right cultural fit, you are the right person bringing solutions. I'm sharing a LinkedIn roadmap, and this is my own coined roadmap. And me, Shelly, and Hamad, all three LinkedIn coaches, are covering different aspects of this roadmap in tomorrow's LinkedIn masterclass on how you can do it. So right now, I'm just sharing the roadmap. Tomorrow in the masterclass, we are sharing details of what you should do in each of this step. Now, the LinkedIn roadmap is, the first is LinkedIn profile. LinkedIn profile is basically LinkedIn profile optimization. It is filling in those 10 plus sections of your LinkedIn profile very mindfully, thoughtfully, based on Canadian style writing recruiters are looking for, which involves numbers, quantities, your role that you have contributed in, even your role in a group setting. So you need to be very, very clear, and quantity and the numbers matters a lot. um, After your LinkedIn profile and after enabling few features, you LinkedIn profile optimization is like setting up your home. You need to have everything furnished up before you host the party, and part of that furnishing comes from your LinkedIn content as well. By content I mean posts and articles that you are writing. So use posts and articles, and I just shared that a recruiter looks at your posts and articles and comments to take an impression that you can walk the talk and whether you are a good cultural fit. So use this attention space and your content to sell yourself even before they are DMing you or talking to you. Third, when your home is ready to create that right first impression, then start connecting with the right targeted people. And networking is not just about connection, it's about conversing with them so that you're known, like, and trusted. We are covering all these three aspects. LinkedIn profile optimization is being covered by Hamad Siddiqui. LinkedIn content creation is being covered by me, and LinkedIn networking is being covered by Shelly. But again, it's a masterclass. We are sharing a method to madness. It's not a very deep dive how to classes for those. You need to have much more greater structured program. It's just a 1.5 hour 90 minutes masterclass which will give you top advices that you should be heedful of on each of these stage. And I will be sharing in content creation specific steps that you can take to create intentional content to sell your hard skills as well as soft skills. So this is the masterclass I was talking to you about. We three LinkedIn coaches are coming up. We are volunteering our time. Volunteering our time means that it's an affordable price point, which is just $40. You can go on Google and see how much Career Coaches charges, because we all three are volunteering as a special fundraiser to raise funds for Pakistani flood victims. So that's why it's just $40, and all the profits are going to a registered charity in Canada, which is working on ground in Pakistan to keep the affectees safe, warm, and fed. You can go to my website, which is basically Khatija Qureshi. Um, I'm just putting up the ticker as well, khatijaqureshi.podia.com, and you can take this $40. Literally, it's like we like it's a very affordable price point for the value that you will be having from three expert LinkedIn coaches who have proven success stories. And you can go and see my LinkedIn profile and my success stories. And I'm just trying to find where the banner for Shelly and Hamad is so that I can share that with you as well. Somehow I'm not able to find it, but you can just go to my website, and the links for Hamad is there. You can go on Hamad Siddiqui um, and Shelly Ulsker coaches as well. All three of us are jamming up for this special LinkedIn masterclass where we all three are covering one of the aspect of what I talked about, the roadmap, which is LinkedIn profile optimization, content creation to exhibit expertise, and LinkedIn networking on how you can connect to targeted professionals organically and be known, like, and trusted so that you can leverage their network. And yes, we will be telling you from the lens of being a newcomer or a new beginner on LinkedIn. So that is it from my side. If you have any questions, do let me know. And also the link to the tickets is it's, you might be seeing in the description of this LinkedIn post. You can also, you can go onto my LinkedIn profile, and in the website section, my it just below my name, the link to my website is also there. You can get your tickets from either from my profile, LinkedIn profile website. You can pick up the website and get your tickets for tomorrow. The gates are still the I haven't you can still get in this master class and reap benefits. And tomorrow is Saturday. It's 10 to 11:30 a.m. So it's a ease time in on Saturdays for you to learn for your professional development. If you're in London or UK, it's an afternoon time from 2 to 3:30. If you're in Dubai or India, it's a beautiful evening time. So I think so the timings are fitting perfectly for the global audience. Do join in to learn about LinkedIn, and also to donate for Pakistan flood victims. I'm telling you, the whatever you are hearing on social media right now is just the tip of the iceberg. There are horrific stories that I'm hearing from ground on how people have lost everything. Like, just think about it, 33 million, which is 90% of Canadians without food, shelter, and livelihood. They're starting from scratch. So this would be a great way on how you can support this cause, and how you can also learn for your professional development. So it's basically two in one. Again, the website is khatijaqureshi.podia.com. It's coming on the ticker, and also you can see it on the description of this post, and also you can go onto my LinkedIn profile and get to the website and get these tickets. That is it from my side, people. 36 minutes, I'm over almost 2 minutes, but I think so I've delivered what I promised you. I hope this was an eye-opener. If and this eye-opener session would definitely be helpful for any job seeker out there, do share this. This would be your another way of supporting the social cause and helping even your community to get these eye-opener user experience of how recruiters vet them on LinkedIn profile, and how you can use certain assets where their attention is coming to sell yourself as a solution provider. I leave with one motivational piece, and I always talk about mindset. Um, when you are walking through the journey of being a newbie in any space, whether it be LinkedIn or newcomers to Canada, or you want that new job, you are transitioning to a new space. Be ready to be friend of fear of unknown. And by what do me I mean? That in in spaces which are new, we do get uncomfortable. There are fears of unknown, but that's the only space that you grow on. I've shared all the knowledge, I've shared all the resources. Me, Shelly, and Hamad are coming tomorrow to help you with the masterclass as well, at an affordable price point of just $40. And again, this affordable price point is only because me, Hamad, and Shelly are volunteering our time on a Saturday for Pakistan flood victim relief fundraiser. So do join us, learn LinkedIn for professional development, and donate for this special cause. I'll just quickly go in the comments if there is any comment. There is no additional comment. Thank you so much for joining in. Do like, share, and spread this LinkedIn live and about this masterclass. Probably somewhere someone out there can benefit from this. And definitely, if you share this, flood victim of Pakistan flood relief will benefit, because you're giving them a helping hand through talking about and raising awareness for this. That's it from my side. Adios, and I'll see you around the corner with a LinkedIn post, a LinkedIn article, or a LinkedIn live. Bye. Have a great day ahead.